The new champions! Kayne, Yuumi, Aatrox, Ornn, and Taliyah. My predictions for these champions that might come out for the new patch in 2022. And on top of that, a secret jungle OP pick that people don't have on the radar yet, plus an updated tier list for every single role. If you guys like that, then definitely stay tuned. And let's hop right into it. Hey, what's up guys? Professor Breaker is here, and in today's video, a new tier list for 2022. A new patch is on the door, and there are a few leaks for few champion. It's not confirmed. I have no extra information from Riot, please. I'm just basing it off from the leaks. For example, here, Potato Ward with a leak that Ornn is coming. More details will come out during the season 2022 live stream on January the 7th at 4 PM. Interesting. So they're gonna announce a lot of stuff. For example, here, the dragon, Infernal Elder Dragon, hinting Infernal Rift, which is pretty cool. So a lot of stuff might get added, and also chose leaked that Aatrox and Yuumi got data mined. So, and for Taliyah, Taliyah was leaked by the wildrift UK page. They changed the profile picture to Taliyah. Nice one. So gonna be interesting which of those are gonna be true or not. And Kayne, I don't know where I got Kayne from, but someone also said Kayne. But yeah, those are the leaks. And guys, I need to make a disclaimer for tier list, because I've seen some people complaining about tier list on Reddit, for example. But in the end, tier lists are, first of all, my opinion on how I think the meta is in my server in Europe. I obviously also watch other competitive games and look what the other servers are doing, but mostly it's for the European server. I'm basing it off from high elo, but I also consider low elo, especially Emerald, Platinum elo, around that area. I think decent grasp about that area, and yeah, it's just my opinion, and it's just an orientation. Orientation means you can look at this, you can see, okay, what's the best champion in Darkbreaker's opinion? You can try it out for yourself. And in my opinion, these are the champions. If they are S+ tier, it means they're broken as fuck. S tier means they are really, really strong. A tier is they're pretty good. B tier is they're solid. C tier is average. And F tier is trash. Or I'm just memeing. Maybe I'm just memeing. But yeah. I mean, F is just for memes. F is just for memes. Like, obviously, you can play a champion from the C tier or a champion from the B tier, and you can still get to Challenger with it. Doesn't mean it's the easiest way to get Challenger with that champion. Not necessary. You make it harder for yourself, but if you have fun playing that champion, go ahead. Like, if I compare spamming Lee Sin for 100 games in jungle to Challenger, or spamming 100 games of... Wait, what did I put on the jungle? 100 games of fucking Amumu or Ramos. I would say definitely Lee Sin is much easier. So yeah, personal opinion and just an orientation. Orientation means you can look at it, you can follow it, you can just ignore it, you can just think about, okay, maybe I can learn new, better champions. Obviously, you can stick to your one-trick pony that you prefer and you have more fun on. But if you guys want to grind, play it more seriously, then I am just giving you options. I'm just giving you options. You don't have to follow them. Obviously, if you are skilled on one champion, what's the quote again? Someone who practiced one technique 1,000 times is more dangerous who has 1,000 techniques, but I don't know. It's pretty bad at them. So yeah, same applies for champions. A one-trick pony in the C tier is gonna beat up an S tier champion if you have 100 games compared to someone who has only 5 games, for example. Or 1,000 games on your one-trick pony compared to someone who has only 50 games on a good champion. Because you know every single matchup, etc. But yeah, that's about it for the tier list. So, hey, maybe you guys will understand what I mean. Our tier list, oh my god, it's just a personal opinion. You guys don't need to follow it. Anyways, let's get started with the leaks. We have Kayne, we have Yuumi, we have Aatrox, we have Ornn, and we have Taliyah. And I'm just gonna do a prediction where I think each of those champions are gonna be for their respective role. So Kayne is probably gonna be a jungler. He's a very strong jungler. He has 2 forms, and he can run through walls. His mobility on the wildrift will be crazy. Considering the map is small, you can just gank from... You just run it through walls and then you just... I think he's gonna be very broken. I mean, obviously, I'm just assuming the kid. I don't know the stats. If the stats are bad, they can also be really bad. Like, this is just my prediction. Where I think they're gonna be, I can talk about how they're gonna be played in their role. But obviously, it's just predictions, no guarantee. And there's also no guarantee those champions are the champions that are gonna get released. I think Aatrox, Yuumi are pretty likely because Chose so far has been pretty accurate. On, I don't know this guy if he's accurate, but he has... seems like he's a leaker with 40k followers. So I assume if he leaks, it should be kind of accurate. Taliyah, I think Kayne is probably not likely. Maybe. I think those 4. I think Aatrox, Yuumi, pretty likely. Ornn and Taliyah as well. Ornn, if this guy is correct, and Taliyah leaked by UK page. Happened to the Latin page as well, where they leaked a lot of as well sometimes. So I think those 4 are more like Kayne is the least likely, and the other 4 are probably gonna get released. I'm saying Aatrox, Yuumi, most likely. And then these 2, and then Kayne. I don't know about that one. Usually they only release 4 champions per patch. So we will see. So if it's 4 champions, I think Kayne will not make it. Who knows? But yeah, Kayne, I assume in the jungle he's gonna be very strong. In solo queue, remember, this was solo queue. Obviously, I might consider some competitive aspects. But mostly this is a solo queue tier list. Then we have Yuumi, one of the most broken, annoying support champions. You guys, if you come from LoL PC, you know what I mean. And it's the best ego champion. Hey, egos, slide into the DM. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We ain't simping for egos. You guys are simping for egos. That's why Susbreaker is baiting you with my thumbnails for free. It's free stonks, baby. But yeah, I think Yuumi's gonna be really strong. About Aatrox and Ornn, I think those 2 are gonna be really tank. Like, Ornn is one of the best top lane tanks in the game, and he provides so much crowd control. He's really good in team fights, and he's also decent duelist. I think he's a better version of Malphite. Then we have Aatrox, one of the best tanky bruiser duelist. Very good in the lane, very good in team fights, super tanky, bruiser build. I hope Aatrox is coming out for sure. Aatrox, juicy video. If you guys don't want to miss it, you guys already know what to do. And then Taliyah. Taliyah, honestly, I don't know how she's in the meta right now in LoL PC, but I know I was talking with Random and he said APC even. Like, obviously jungle, AP jungler, mid lane, and then maybe APC, so bot lane. Not sure, let's see. I think I'm gonna put her minimum A tier, because all newly released champions are minimum A tier. But for her, I'm really not sure about the kit. I think about those 4, I'm more sure where they're gonna be. Like, I think S or S+, there's no difference between... Around this area. She's like A or S, depends. Between B and S, I think she's minimum A tier. And if the stats are good, maybe S tier. Maybe new items that might benefit Taliyah, or new runes that benefit her in the jungle, so maybe we'll see. I assume the 2K22 first patch is gonna be pretty big. But yeah, question of the day. We're copying pro guides as well now. Who are you most hyped for of those 5 champions in the new patch? And what are you guys wishing for on the new patch? New runes, new item builds, new champions, new adjustments to the map, etc. What are you guys wishing for on the new patch? But yeah, that's gonna be for the leaks. And we will see what's gonna happen. This video will come out on 4th, so tomorrow. Okay, let's get started with the Baron lane. Wait, let me check something. Okay, it's working. Okay, a few changes. A lot of changes. The updated Baron lane tier list for 2K22. My opinion right now, what I feel like. Jace, super broken. Like, very, very fucking broken in my opinion. He is... It's not even funny. He's a must ban. If I play mid lane, I will ban him every time. If I play Baron lane, I will ban him every time. If I play jungle, I'll probably play him myself and I'm not gonna ban him. Because you either pick him or you get smashed by him. You either pick him or you get smashed by him. A good Jace player, it's not playable. I think Camille can do fine, but everyone else just is so hard. It is so hard, actually. A good Jace player who knows the limit of his kiting and the potential of his ultimate keep swapping forms, maximizing the damage, and he's really good at aiming the QE combo, like keep poking you, it's so hard to deal. And his scaling is insane, and teamfight damage, whew. But yeah, Jace S+ for sure. Fiora, even though she got nerfed, the project skin buff. I think, from what I've seen, you can play her against almost any comp. You can first pick her against any champion. She is extremely good in the laning phase. She's also surprisingly strong in team fights. Her burst damage is crazy. I think she's just S+ there. She beats almost anyone in a match in one versus one. She doesn't have any losing matchup. I think the hardest matchup for her are Jace. I think Jace is the hardest. Then Riven, Renekton, they're both pretty... I would still say in favor of Fiora if you play it well. Riven obviously can be better. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that many Riven top lanes, honestly. But I would say a good Fiora can definitely win this. 60-40. Like, I always had the opinion of Riven slightly winning it if you play it perfectly, but Fiora feels really, really strong right now. And Riven feels like a champion. A lot of games, even if you do really well, you end up not winning, because a lot of comps are not playable for her. So much CC, so much crowd control, I don't know. It's some comps you just get kited and you can't really do too much. But yeah, Camille after the nerf, I think she's still very strong, but is she S+ tier? Is she broken? I think she is really playable now. In terms of other champions can lane against her without the permanent sustain and poking from Camille now, without the 10 seconds. No, it went from 12 seconds passive to 18 seconds passive. So that's a huge laning phase nerf. I think she's still very strong, especially teamfight value wise, but her laning phase is definitely much weaker now. Darius, I think his 1 vs 9 potential is still good, but against some compositions he will struggle to reach the people he wants to kill, and he will get kited. Laning phase wise he is solid, but Jace, Fiora definitely shit on him. Riven, I already told you, I think she's very strong in the laning phase against most champions, but you just don't have the edge when it comes to winning the game. The likelihood of you 1 vs 9 carrying on Fiora is just way bigger than on a Riven. Like, I have so many games where I'm popping off like crazy, but I still end up losing to a Lucian or Vayne or some heavy crowd control team comps where I don't have a frontline. I really can't do much. While Fiora, she has the parry, which is insane, and she can just... I feel like her one-shot is not a hard commitment like on Riven. Riven's all-in is such a hard commitment, and if you want to one-shot someone, you need to hard commit compared to Fiora. Where for Fiora, it's just, you hit a vital, ultimate, protobelt, E, and then you can just dash out again. Like, it's barely a commitment. It's just a super quick burst, in my opinion. So Riven S tier, she's still very, S tier means very good. S tier doesn't mean, S plus means broken or OP. S tier means still very good. So you guys, if I'm saying like, oh, she doesn't feel that strong, it just means she doesn't feel like S plus anymore. She's still very, very good. Like those champions in S tier are all very good. Renekton kind of falling off, in my opinion, in this meta. I think laning phase wise he's very good, but teamfight value wise, the issue is just the backline right now. ADC champions, there are so many champions that kite your ass. You won't reach them, you just get killed too early. That's my opinion about Renekton, especially with a Borg BC build. If you don't snowball with that build, you will be super squishy, and by that time you just get one-shotted by the enemy ADC. Because there are some champions in the ADC role that are fucking crazy. And Camille is probably one of the best. Like, compared to those three, I think Camille is better suited in this meta to counter the strong kiting ADCs. Okay, Akali. Laning phase wise, she is meh. Teamfight wise, she is still pretty good. So just A tier. Jax. I think last time I put him S tier. I think I put him too high last time. I think he's pretty good. But his laning phase, his 1v1 is not that good. His scaling is obviously very good. But his teamfight, I don't know. He's just kinda, he needs to focus on farming a lot. And he's not joining that many teamfights. Obviously, he's a very good split pusher. But the playstyle doesn't allow him to join enough teamfights to carry 1 versus 9. You're kinda reliant on your teammates to not run it down completely. Akshan. I know Random loves this champion, he spams it like crazy, and Random is rank 2 in the European server leaderboard right now. I think A tier is fine. He can be pretty good, he's situational, he can counter some melee matchups in the here. I think he's fine, but nothing too special. Mundo, A tier, I think he's pretty solid. I think when it comes to A tier, I'm just gonna explain it quickly. I don't need to go in depth for every champion. Diana, a solid AP champion, overall great at team fighting. Duelist wise, she is okay, nothing too special. She loses some matchups, so I feel like she can't really hold the lane too well in 1v1. Kayle, I'm not sure if she's even A tier. I think when it comes down to the jungler wanting to bully and not making Kayle, not making Kayle being able to play the game, then if the jungler camps you can't play the game anymore. And she can get, if you get camped, you just go 0-5 and you're useless until you are level 10 minimum with 3 items. So yeah, 1v1 I think she can do fine, but everyone knows Kayle is broken late game. Everyone will camp your ass. You can't play the game. She's very squishy, easy to dive, easy to punish. I think most people will just straight up int when they play her. Being able to farm up while not dying is gonna be very hard, especially in high elo. Like I don't know any person who can actually pull her off consistently every single game. If you get camped, you can do shit. And she needs to farm a lot. I know people just go for the AP build now. But yeah. If you get into the late game, she's strong, but otherwise she's kinda meh. I think Garen is overall very solid. People are like, oh, why you underrate him? He's so strong. A tier is more than enough. A tier is already good. A tier means good. He's good. He's fine. He's a good bruiser. He's decent duelist. He has good teamfight value. He's very tanky. I think that's more than fair, putting him A tier. People are like, he must be S tier. For a lot of champions, they have the assumption S tier means it's good. A tier means it's good. S tier means excellent. Okay? Gragas, overall solid. He's overall pretty solid. What can I say? Graves? I don't know, no one plays Graves. I know no one plays Graves. I don't think he is 1v1 that good. And he needs to farm up a lot. I don't think he's that good. I just he's fine. He's fine. He's solid. He can counter some melee matchups if you play it well. But do I think he's better than those champions? Nah, I don't think so. He's fine. Aurelia, if you are skilled on Aurelia, I think she has the potential to be really good. But I rate her. I think she's a mid lane champion. She can be played in the top lane, but is she that good? Renekton beats her. Riven beats her. Darius. I think Darius beats her as well. If you don't int early game and you're both equal, I think you're winning. Camille beats her, in my opinion. Fiora beats her. Jace beats her. Oh, actually, Jace is... Never mind. Aurelia is pretty good against Jace. But Jace outskates like a truck. Like, her all-in is pretty good against Jace. She's probably one of the best champions to counter Jace in the top lane. Camille, Aurelia. I think Aurelia is actually one of the best counters, but just being able to counter this champion doesn't make... Maybe if you're very, very skilled, a one-trick pony with 500 games, you can put her S tier, but otherwise... I think solid A tier is fine. Cannon with after the nerf, I think he's A tier is more than fine. Solid lane, decent volley. His teamfight value is fine, but I feel like his damage is not that crazy. Jarvan, a solid tank. He can hold the lane against most bruisers pretty easily. If you guys... I think he's pretty good and competitive in the top lane. But is he good at carrying the game? That's the question. Is he good at carrying the game? I don't think so. I think he's fine, but in the jungle he's better. Lee Sin is a cheesy top lane pick. If you're skilled on Lee Sin, you can definitely make him work. Malphite, a solid tank. Decent in the lane. Good in team fight, but he falls off and he can't hold the split pushers. And he's actually kind of gets... Depends. I think Fiora, if she plays it well, she beats him. Camille beats him. Darius beats him. Riven, questionable. Depends. I would say Malphite can do fine, but she will just outfarm you like crazy, and then you have like 6k gold and she will have like 9k gold. Because you will always try to join team fights. She's just gonna split. And then later on, whenever you wanna get close and she has Serialda, you're like, oh shit, she will just kill me. Because the moment she has Serialda, she can just kill you. And you can't really hold the lane and you have to play super passive and then she's just gonna outroam you. Olaf is fine. Pretty decent duelist. Depends on the team comp they're playing. He can be pretty good to counter some champions. Wukong overall a pretty solid, tanky bruiser with a lot of teamfight potential or teamfight value. Yasuo, if you're skilled, I think he can be pretty good teamfight value wise. But 1 versus 1, he will get fucked by a lot of champions. Tournament, he's fine. Pantheon, he is fine and actually pretty strong early game, but he falls behind so hard in the late game. Alistar, I just put him for fun. I think he's solid. Galio as well. I don't, like, if I explain everything too long, the video will end up being more than 1 hour, so I don't wanna, like, the moment I'm here, I'm just wanna run through it. Galio, way better in the mid lane and support. It's just, if you need AP damage top lane, this is one option. Lucian, situational, can get punished very hard by the enemy jungler, same for Vayne. Singed, kinda weak, he needs to scale and he needs to cheese level 2. Leona, honestly underrated. I think she's not bad against a bunch of melee champions without sustain. Teemo, if he falls behind one single time, it's over for him. He relies on cheesing and bullying, but if he dies one time, it's over for him. And he's not that good anymore in the early game. He's still strong, but he can easily get beaten by those champions 1 versus 1 early. Level 5, you just get killed. Nasus, I just put him for fun F tier. I think his playstyle is not good. And like, my honest opinion, he's like C tier. But I'm just putting him here F tier because you guys shouldn't play him. If you guys enjoy this playstyle, sure, go for it. But I think it's a playstyle where you're just ending up losing. Rengar, top. It's just troll, don't go for it. Okay, let's go for jungle. By the way, this is not in order. Like, I put those champions not in an order. Evelynn, I think she is super broken right now. She's very good at shitting on people that don't have map awareness. So she's excellent in solo queue. Excellent. Even in challenger elo. I know so many challengers that fucking hate to play against her because she will just snowball the entire map for free. Because right now in challenger, a lot of times you will have diamonds or emeralds in your games, and she's very good at abusing people. Even grandmaster challenger, she's so good at snowballing and farming people because of her kit and her invisibility. Like she's in my opinion secret OP. People just don't know it yet. Listen, I talked about it. Very strong broken jungler. Same for Jace. Broken. Do I need? I put them 3 times now in S plus tier in 3 tier list. Do I need to explain it? Mobility wise, ganking wise, excellent. 1 vs 9 potential, excellent. Same for Kha'Zix. Jace damage, ganking potential, crazy. His damage 1 vs 9. I had one game on stream yesterday. I had 50k damage. I had the next person had 20k and everyone else had only 10k damage. This champion is absolutely busted and OP. Fiora in the jungle, I think she's very strong right now. I'm not sure if she's S+. I just put her high S tier. High S tier. I think she's very good duelist. She's very good at snowballing. Her 1 vs 9 potential is crazy. I had so many games in the jungle on Fiora just super carrying. Riven also in the jungle, she is super strong, but not good enough for the S+ tier because of her kit and because of her 1 vs 9 potential against certain comps doesn't work, so I just put the S tier. Jax, very good super carry jungler. If he gets to farm, then he's gonna be super OP. 1 vs 9 potential, sexy. Against some team comps, he might struggle, and he relies on teammates to not turbo int, so it gives him some breathing room to farm up. Olaf, excellent farmer, excellent team fight. Can get kited against certain comps, but he's very good to counter some comps like if they play Lux, if they play Senna, if they play Veigar, if they play champions that are super tanky. He's very good to counter those champions because of his 2 damage and his ultimate to block CC. So those champions that rely on crowd control for the kiting, he is very good to counter them. Rengar, invisibility, very good piss stomper. He's very good to snowball and solo queue. Nunu, overall very solid tanky ganking machine. Jarvan, ganking machine. Very good tanky utility based. Graves, I think when he's very similar to Jack's playstyle, where both of those champions rely on farming up. They might not be very good in the early game to gank people. They're pretty strong 1 vs 1 skirmish wise or in the scuttle teamfight. But teamfight value wise, they're not that strong. Usually they will focus on farming. And when they have 3 items, they are very strong. And if they have good gold amount, a GPM of 1k, their 1 vs 9 is gonna be very good. Like 3 items, power spike. Ooh, you don't want to see that one. Camille, I think she's overall still very good. She's very good utility-wise. Jungle clear-wise, she's like, I don't know. But her ganking potential and her map control and her mobility are still excellent. I think Renekton is pretty good in the jungle. I think last time I put him S tier. I could put him S tier. Like, I think I'm... Like, Doom and me are the only one who enjoy Renekton jungle. But he's very good. He's very good in the jungle. Like, what does he not have? He has mobility. He's tanky. He has the damage. He has crowd control. Seems pretty good to me. I guess if you go for the bulk BC build, the issue is if you fall behind, then you will have a problem. If you fall behind, you have a problem. Because he relies on snowballing and you need to get ahead early on. And if you don't do, you will be too squishy with that build and you need to go full tanky. And then you're just a tank hole. Pantheon, very good early game. Good ganker. Good at snowballing. Falls behind late game. If he falls behind early game, the game was lost. Wukong, good tanky, utility-based teamfighting champion. Good ganks. Overall solid A tier. Vi, very similar to Wukong for the explanation. Her ultimate, good teamfight value, good for catching people. Diana, kinda slow jungle clear, but I think she's still pretty solid. Fizz, kinda slow jungle clear, but his damage wise and his catch potential is crazy. Aurelia, I just put her B tier here. I think she's fine. Dr. Mundo, he's fine. They're just fine. They're not special. I think carry potential wise, they're like okay. Gragas, I think he's honestly not that good, but I just put him B tier because I think he's okay for an AP jungler. Trunamere, I think he's fine. Like, my explanation right now is just I think it's fine, or I think he is fine, but there's honestly not much to say. I think if he gets to farm, if he gets to his core items, obviously he can scale. His carry potential is fine, but there are a lot of comps that can counter him, and he needs to farm up. His jungle clear is okay, his ganking potential is okay. Zed, I just put him for fun here. I think he's okay. Ganking wise, he's fine, and Zed is just broken, so if you play him well, it can definitely work. Master Yi, I think after the nerfs, he's just not that good anymore, and he can get countered easily. I guess if you think about like low elo, maybe A tier, B tier, but high elo, just C tier. Shyvana, she's just not that good. Same for Momo. He's just not that good. Like, the ultimate cooldown is very long. His jungle clear is shit. If he dies one time early, it's like GG. And everyone will just invade him for free. He's just so weak. And he's just a one press ultimate champion, and otherwise he can't do anything. They nerfed him. I feel like I don't know. I don't think he's good. Ramos, he's like average. C is average. C is just average. What can I say? Let's go for mid. Let's go mid tier list. Jay, same explanation as before. I think he is super broken. Damage wise, poking wise, laning phase wise. He has the whole package. He's very good. Diana also very good. Duelist, 1v1 very good. Ganking wise, rotation, moving, catching people, teamfight value, damage wise, she's just really, really strong. Zed in the right hands, definitely S+ tier. Great assassin, insane damage. Even in the late game, he has insane damage because of the E stacking. Great mobility, great split pushing, good duelist, very good 1v1. Fiora, honestly, I'm using Fiora in the mid lane in Grandmaster Challenger Elo, and I think she is super strong, and she pretty much beats any champion 1 versus 1. And what's the hardest matchup that I put here in the mid tier list? The hardest matchup is honestly just the Jace. And even that, you have the repost. I think she's definitely S tier. She's very good. And in this current meta, it really is, especially in competitive, everyone is running AD mid laners. They're just all running AD mid laners. Either Fiora, Yasuo, Jace, Zed, Riven, Renekton sometimes, or Camille. A lot of people are just running AD champions right now because AD champions in the mid lane are so strong right now. And then they're running APC in the bot lane. Like, a lot of games, they don't even play ADCs anymore. They just play APC because they all run AD mid champions. Fizz, very strong assassin, good duelist, and very good at snowballing the game if he gets ahead. Akali, early game not the strongest, but in the mid lane, you don't get punished too hard in the 1v1 compared to Baron lane. And it's easier for her to farm up, and her teamfight value is insane. Aurelia, if you are skilled on Aurelia, she is one crazy mid lane snowballing champion, insane duelist, and 1v9 potential is definitely there. Obviously, she will fall behind in the late game, and her teamfights are kind of hard to play. But if you're very, very proficient on her, I think she is pretty good. Akshan, pretty broken, ranged ADC mid laner. His damage is insane. So yeah, S tier. Galio, teamfight value is very good. Good crowd control, good damage. Katarina, one of the best snowballing champions in the game. She gets one reset, she kills the entire team. Very good in solo queue. Very good in solo queue. You always need to focus on CCing her in team fights. If she gets one reset and you ignore her, she just wipes the entire team. Morgana, good wave clear, good crowd control, good utility, good teamfight value. She has the binding, she has the shield, she has the ultimate. She's overall a pretty good champion. I've played a few times already in the mid lane, especially in super high elo games, in full challenger games, and I think she is very good in solo queue. Yasuo, if you're skilled, he is very good. Very good. If you are skilled on Yasuo, he can be insanely good at 1 vs 9 carrying games. Like, obviously, there's the O10 meme, but let's say you get 2 items. 2 items, danger. 3 items, and you are a good Yasuo, you can make so many plays. You get 1 knock up, 1 flash EQ combo or protobelt EQ combo. You do it correctly 1 single time, you catch 3 people, you win. You out to win the team fight with that play. Like, one of the best playmaking mid lane champions with great team fight value. If you don't run it early game. So, if you're skilled, might be S+ tier. I think if you are very skilled on this champion and you have the right team setup, like Alistar, Braum, Wukong, Diana, Nami, Gragas, he can become one of the best champions in the mid lane. I'm just putting him S tier for now because there are a lot of fancy ego Yasuos that are just gonna be O10. And I don't like that. Yeah, but a skilled Yasuo is very disgusting. A skilled Yasuo, wow. And then you have the average Yasuo, it's like, oh my god, why are you O10 power spike? Where's the O10 power spike, buddy, please? Ziggs, one of the best poking, utility-based mages, super annoying to deal with. Twisted Fate, great utility, great roaming potential, map control, insane. So, good carry potential. Riven, like I said, I think she's very good at countering a lot of champions in the laning phase, but when it comes to carrying the game, there are just a lot of team comps where you will not be able to carry the game. Kayle, I think she's gonna be fine, better than in the Baron lane, but I haven't really seen that many good Kayles because she needs to scale. She needs to get level 10, 3 items plus. Level 15, yeah, very good, but before that, not that good. Because she will always get shoved in, and then people will roam, they will snowball, and she's just AFK farming. Vega, I think he's okay, he's fine, nothing too special. Camille, I think she is overall pretty solid at countering some champions. Teamfight value-wise, she's pretty good. Roaming and ganking-wise, she's also good. Just laning phase-wise, I feel like... I mean, I played her a bunch of times. I think she's doing overall pretty fine. But for the average player, I think A tier is fine. Renekton, same applies, same explanation as Camille. Good at countering some champions. But it's way more situational than the Camille pick. Camille, teamfight value-wise, insane. But you are forcing APC most of the time, so someone else has to go AP then if you want Camille mid lane. Same for Pantheon. He's very good in the early game, very good at ganking and rotating and snowballing, but he falls behind. And he doesn't win every matchup. There are a bunch of matchups where he just doesn't win, and he can't roam for free. Ahri, a pretty solid assassin mage, good catch potential. Definitely, if you catch people with a charm, you definitely have good potential to win the game. So she has pretty good playmaking potential. So A tier seems fine to me. Because damage-wise, she's not insane. Like, after the ultimate is out and after the... she relies on the ultimate a lot, and if you don't have ultimate, you can't really do that many plays. Orianna, very good and solid mid laner. Same for Aurelion, good roaming potential, good damage, good teamfight value. Brand, kinda squishy, can't roam that much, good teamfight value, good damage, and good crowd control. Corki, I think he's better in the ADC. I haven't really seen a lot of Corki mid lanes lately, just because of the meta shift. Like the meta is like more assassin, AD based in the mid lane, and they would just shit on ADC champions. That's why I don't put Lucian, by the way. I think he's okay, but he's way better ADC right now, so I'm just not putting him here. Honestly, I shouldn't put Corki as well. Because the meta just shifted away from ADC mid laners. They're like assassin AD mid laners are way more popular. Like Akali, Fizz, Aurelia, Fiora, Jace, Diana Z. Like those are way more popular. And they just shit on ADCs. Gragas, meh. It's okay. It's fine in the mid lane. I've seen some people run Graves. I think it's okay. Pretty good laning phase. But I don't know. I think he's okay. I've played against 07 on Graves, but I feel like he didn't do anything. Like, he was fine in the laning phase, but afterwards it seems really useless because you can't really farm that much. I think in the jungle is way better, or even in the top lane feels better to counter some melee matchups. So Graves against some melee champions, okay, maybe. Wait, which even? Maybe against a Katarina. Maybe, I don't know if you can fight Yasuo. I think Yasuo beats you. Aurelia, I think Aurelia beats you. With her ultimate all-in. Fiora against Grace. About even. Riven against Grace. Hard to say. I would say all-in from Riven, she wins. And she has way more teamfight value. And he needs to farm up a lot. She can just roam. She doesn't rely on farming up that much. Annie, I think she's fine. But her ultimate nerf, meh. Kayne way better at Baron lane where you can bully with the range. Being ranged. Teamfight value is fine. He will always get shoved in, that's the issue. He will always get shoved in. But a lot of champions that will just shove in the wave harder than he can. Like, his wave clear potential is not that good. And you rely on using your third ability to clear the wave quickly. And the others don't. And then you have your third ability on 50-second cooldown. Seraphine, I think she's overall pretty fine. Good wave clear, good damage. Teamfight value is okay. Same for Lux. Basically same explanation. She has the root as well. She has good damage. She's really squishy though. So a lot of champions will just kill her very easily. Evelyn, I think... In the jungle, she's super broken. In the mid lane, she's fine. I'm not sure if you can clear the wave quick enough to just roam. I think a lot of champions will bully you in the early game. And her wave clear isn't broken as it was before. But yeah, that's mid lane. Now ADCs. Lucian, S+ tier. One of the most broken ADCs right now. Insane damage, insane mobility. Good kiting. Varus, good crowd control, good poking damage, hard to kill. Actually, nah. He's like the Ziggs of the ADC. He's the Ziggs of ADCs. With crowd control. A good ultimate just carries the teamfight immediately. Like, the thing is, obviously he's easy to kill if you miss positions, but he's always staying super far away. It's hard to reach him if he has the front line to peel for him. Saya, a very good champion that doesn't rely on support. Great crowd control, great damage, great utility, and self-peel. She has self-peel unlike the other champions. Like, her ultimate is one of the best self-peeling abilities for any ADC. He has mobility. She has invincibility, basically. Or she's untargetable. She's untargetable while she uses the ultimate. So that's very good at dodging abilities and kiting. And then she has the feathers for the root. Like, they're all chasing you, you activate the feathers, they all come back and they're all getting rooted and taking tons of damage. Vayne, godly damage, insane team fight, insane kiting, true damage. If you have Lulu, it's GG. But you really want frontline, to be honest. I think in solo queue she's very, very good. Same for Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa with the buff, she feels really, really fucking broken. Insane damage. Has shield, has a dash, has invisibility. Misfortune. Good mobility in terms of just base movement speed. Good poking damage in the early game. Insane teamfight damage with the ultimate. Caitlyn, longest range, good at... I mean, overall pretty solid ADC. Ezreal kind of weak early game, but 3 items. Ezreal very good at carrying. Super good mobility and damage wise. Draven very good at lane volley, good at snowballing the game, but falls off in super late game. 6 APC very good. Good poking damage. Jinx, I think she's fine. Good damage. But she really relies on getting a reset. If she doesn't get the reset, she isn't that strong. And she's easy to kill. Like Miss Fortune, good position, 1 ultimate, boom, you just wipe. But she needs to chase people down and she doesn't have the biggest range. Ashe, decent utility, good damage. Seraphine, APC with Sonar, for example. Good damage and crowd control. Corki, good damage. I don't know if it's S tier. I think 80 is fine. 80 means good. He's good. Orianna, good APC. Veigar, good APC. And Brent, good APC. Like, they all have good damage. They have crowd control. They do their job. But Ziggs just does it better, in my opinion. Akshan. I know some people like to go Akshan ADC, but I don't really feel it. Because his range is weak. He's much better in the top. He's even better in the top lane than bot lane. Tristana had damage, feels very weak until 4 items. So just play Ezreal then. If you guys want a late game beast, instead, I mean, Tristana's better late game probably, and her damage is better. But she needs 4 items, 5 items to be strong. And Ezreal 3 items is very, very good already. Jhin, laning phase wise, he's fine, he's good. Late game damage wise, he just falls behind super hard. He needs to snowball from the get-go in the laning phase. And if he doesn't, he just falls behind. I think he's playable, he's fine, but that's about it. Twisted Fate 80, I think it's okay, just for the utility, but that's about it. I think damage wise, it's not that good, and his range is not that good as well. And he's easy to kill. Senna, just play her support. Don't go crit ADC, Senna. Ah, please, no. Nah, get out. F tier. You know, if I put someone F tier and it's Senna, you guys already know it's a meme. You guys know I hate Senna players. I hate Senna in solo queue. And that's why I just keep sticking and putting her F tier. So people don't play her, hopefully. Let's go for support. Hopefully I'm not missing any champions. If I miss something major, you can write it down in the comments. But I think this time I'm not missing anything. Lulu, Enchanter support. Very easy to play and very strong. You press your third ability in the early game to harass people. Auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. And then later on you just press the third ability, second ability onto your ADC. And the ADC just goes 1 versus 9. In combination with Vayne or Kai'Sa, Saya, Jinx, super fucking strong. Rakan, one of the best playmaking supports, and in combination with Saya, insanely strong. Nami, one of the best peeling champions with great crowd control. She has a knock-up. No, she has the bubble for knock-up. She has the ultimate for AoE knock-up. She has healing and good poke in the laning phase as well. Very good champion. And she gives attack speed, if I'm not wrong. Thresh. If you are skilled on Thresh, she is a very good playmaking champion with good carry potential and good roaming potential. Galio, good crowd control, good teamfight value, good playmaking, and good roamer. Same for Alistar. Like those champions, basically, what do they have? Tanky, good crowd control, good playmaking potential, good roaming abilities. They all have the same characteristics. Like all of them. Okay. Same applies for Thresh. That's why I like them. I like champions that have good teamfight value. They are good at roaming. They are pretty good in the laning phase where they can make plays happen. And just provides so much crowd control and playmaking potential. Morgana, I think she's fine utility-wise, but roaming potential, meh. Teamfight value is fine. Janna, she's a fine peeler, but nothing too special. I think Lulu and Nami are way, way better. Sona in combination with Seraphine, pretty good. Good damage, good teamfight value, good crowd control. Brand support. If you guys want to play brand support or brand APC, remember, if you guys want to play those type of champions, you need the front line. Don't pick those champions if you don't have a front line. Option A, you have a front line in terms of top laner who's tanky or jungler who's tanky. Then sure, go for it, and you play Senna with Brand. Or APC Brand with Senna or something. Or APC with a tank. Okay, fine. But if you... Or you just go for full poke kiting comp, it's fine. But if you don't have a tank frontline and you have assassins, then this is just int. Remember. This is the same explanation for Senna, by the way. Seraphine in combination, I think Seraphine ABC is better than support. I think she's doing fine. Like, poking wise and utility wise, she's definitely fine. Same for Lux. Basically, same explanation. Soraka, she's okay, but I really don't like. I really don't feel like her value as a support is that great. She obviously she has the silence, one silence. She has heal and AoE heal from the ultimate, but that's about it. You need a tanky frontline if you guys want to play Soraka. Vega support, his value is kinda meh. Blitzcrank, it's so cheesy and most of the times you're just useless. Amumu support, that's just shit. Pantheon, same explanation as Blitzcrank. It's super cheesy. It's only working against noobs. So, for low elo, okay, it can work. But I don't like it. It's not consistent. And you really rely on getting a snowball kill in the early game by cheesing with the Pantheon early game aggression. But if they play safe and they clear the wave, what do you do? You just get outscared, your value falls down, and Pantheon as a support? I don't know. Annie as a support, I think that's just int, don't do it. Malphite as a support, nah, don't do it. You have the ultimate, sure, but that's about it. And the issue is you won't have items, and you're super squishy without items. Senna, hey, same explanation as before. I think in competitive, if you play her well, she's fine, she's S tier. But knowing the rank players in solo queue on Senna, it's horrible. It's the same explanation. People don't know to hit her skill shots. They never hit the bind. They shove the wave without any idea. They don't know how to position themselves and they just keep dying. They don't pick her in the right team comp where you have a front line or you go for full poke kiting team comp. They pick her with assassins and double ADC. It's so griefing. And then they go 0-6 and they lose the game. Hey, congratulations. It's my most hated champions. I put her F tier forever. So people stop playing here because you don't... Maybe I need to make a guide for Senna, but it's not gonna help. If I make a guide and promote a champion, I'm gonna get some Senna players that are just gonna run me down. Oh, please no. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So let's summarize. Wait, I need a banger intro. The new champions! Kayne, Yuumi, Aatrox, Ornn, and Taliyah. My predictions for these champions that might come out for the new patch in 2022. And on top of that, a secret jungle OP pick that people don't have on the radar yet, plus an updated tier list for every single role. If you guys like that, then definitely stay tuned. And let's hop right into it. Let's go. Okay, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, then support the channel by maybe leaving a like, and if you guys don't want to miss out on new content, because there's a lot of stuff coming out for... On the 7th, they are announcing a lot of stuff. Might be a very big patch in the mid-January or something. So if you guys don't want to miss out, you already know what to do. Subscribe and activate notifications. Leave some feedback if what you liked, what you think I could improved, what you think I did well, and whether or not you agree with the tier list, what you guys would change, or what you guys think is fine. I think overall, it's this time seems pretty fine to me. Obviously, hey, between A or B or between S or A, it's like whatever. It's just personal opinion, whether or not you agree or not. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I see you next time. Professor Breaker heads out. Hope you guys enjoyed this lecture. New tier list for 2022, and I see you next time. Bye bye. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome day. Bye bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.